Hey guys, welcome back. I am coming on to do a layout for the scrap room, and I am using this adorable kit from Photoplay. Now this is full of all kinds of whizzing by bumblebees, and you see there, do you see the little honeycomb bees paper? Oh, I forgot to say, there are two pieces of a textured black cardstock, which feels fabulous on your hands. And we have got this hilarious collection. This is a Flavors of the Month kit. Now with a Flavors of the Month kit, you get two pieces of cardstock, three pieces of pattern paper, and assorted embellishments that will be split between other people's kits. So you'll get a portion of them. Now, I am documenting this memory of this bumblebee was huge. It was absolutely massive, and it was out on my butterfly bush that's right in the front of my house. And and it's a massive butterfly bush. The butterfly bush happens to be well over 6 feet tall. So for a scale, it is quite huge. We have these little clear acrylic pieces. They do have adhesive on them, and I'll show you a little bit later on. I'm going to give them a quick punch, pop that the little clear acrylic-y sticker on top, and it's going to be like we have our very own enamel dots. Now, I do want to go ahead and cut this paper down to 11 1/4 by 11 1/4 because I do like to back my layouts when I can. And I just happen to have faith that the pattern paper kit will have the appropriate papers that I'll want to use in order to do so. So that's what I'm doing there. Now, I do want to give this amazing wood grain paper just a little bit of a scuffy on all four sides. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I just felt like adding a little something extra to it. And that's also going to let us see a little bit of the pattern paper that's down beneath it. Guys, look at how like bleached out my hands look. I think I have my brightness up just a little bit too high between my lights and my phone. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut some of these honeycombs out and put them on a nice little diagonal down this wood grain. I love to get my fussy cut on, and you can see the honeycombs perfectly fine on this full pattern paper, but I think they're really going to shine if I cut them out just a bit. Now, I don't know if I want to use this black cardstock yet for my mat, but I'm going to use it for now because it'll anchor down my pattern paper and kind of give me a bit more direction on what I want to do there. I want that paper to show just a tiny bit more. So of course, I've got to faff around just a little bit with it. Now this is going to be a really simple layout as things go, but when your kit is curated so nicely, it's easy to just put a layout together in no time flat. So here you can see I have my little honeycombs down, and I did put them up on a bit of dimensional adhesive. I initially put them down flat and they just weren't doing it. It just didn't have something that I wanted. So let's figure out where I want to put the photo. I might come in with more of those honeycombs. I'm not quite sure. I also want to take the time now to figure out which one of these little clear pieces I want to work with. And I ended up finding a 1-inch hole punch, which came in handy for that part of the project. I'm going to also just carefully cut in between in order to do that. And it does end up being so darned cute. I don't think I mentioned that I was going to go ahead and do a voiceover, and I don't do voiceovers that often. However, I was chatting along to one of my daughters when she was on her lunch break, and it can be kind of fun to chat with a pal at the same time. So that's where I was like, am I going to use more of these honeycombs? Now I'm grabbing the pattern paper kit. You get 2 additional pieces of pattern paper that match your current collection. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this paper right here. That gives us 2 more patterns. I like when Photoplay does this. So I'm going to go ahead and map my photo with that. And I also went, oh my gosh, can you guys take a look at this pattern? It is a plaid, but it is a diagonal plaid, and I love that. So I'm going to go ahead and double mat it with both the black paper, as you see there, as well as that pattern. I did go ahead also and tucked in my little shiny pieces that look like the cutest flare. Okay, now let's look at the Shots of Life kit. Now the Shots of Life kits are so nice because you can grab little bits and pieces to fussy cut. You also get a little bit of an embellishment, but you very often have the full size and yet another pattern paper that goes with a collection. So I loved these bumbly bees that, oh, that's the embellishment kit. Shh, I'm going to use that for my title. I loved these cute little bumbly bees. They are popped up and they're also epoxy. So I'll use a couple of those and a couple of the florals, as well as fussy cutting a few. No, I fussy cut 3 of the bumblebee bees and used 2 of the epoxies. I grabbed this really large piece from the embellishment kit. I'm going to go ahead and pop it up that reads the word home, and that's a nice big title that kind of brings it together. The little bumblebee was in his home, and the butterfly bush is right in front of my home. All right, so I think that's about straight. I like how it lines up with the bottom portion of the white of my photo. I'm going to tuck in some of these little epoxy, just the cutest freaking little embellishment. I have no idea, like they're just so darn cute, and they're also dimensional. Okay, I have to fussy cut out my cute little bumblebees, but I am tucking some of those little epoxy florals. They are so darned gorgeous. So this is when I realized I needed a third little bumblebee to do a little fussy cut with. So I'm popping those little fussy cut bumblebees on a bit of dimensional adhesive, faffing about with the florals. I decided I wanted to play up the photo area just a little bit more with them. And I'm looking on the sticker sheet going, do I need anything? I mean, there are such great pieces on these big 12 by 12 sticker sheets. And I think I'm just going to grab one more little sentiment and put it below the photo, which is going to kind of weigh the photo a little bit, as well as break up those 2 like honey yellow pieces that are tucked side by side. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I did like the look, right? So what's the buzz? So that is this layout completed. I'm going to have some still shots for you, as well as links down below where you guys can get your hands on these kits. Join us in the Facebook group to play along with all of the challenges that are such a riot, and I will see you guys ever so soon with another video. Bye for now, friends.